Good morning, everyone. We're live from Houston, Texas. This is Wednesday, November 14th, and show number 124. My name is Drew Omborski, and this is Live with Captain Housekeeper. I'm so glad you're here joining me. The sun is so bright, I look like a ghost. Let me see if I can. Just hold on. There, maybe that'll help. It's so bright, that's a little bit better. It's so bright because I am in the dining room finally. If you've been following along at home, you know that since April, I've been, oh, look, there's Koyana, or Tamaya, here. Let's get her on camera. She's cuter than me. There she is. If you've been following along at home, you know that these hardwood floors had gotten damaged from a pipe leak, and so I had to have them all replaced, and this has been going on since April. So I apologize about the color of my face, but it's just so nice because finally yesterday, for the first time in I don't know how long, I'm actually in the dining room, and it is a dining room. So I'm up here, but I didn't realize this is just the natural light. It's making me look all jaundiced. Sorry about that. Anyway, so it's just so nice to be up here. If you follow me on Instagram, then you saw yesterday that I had the furniture moved. Up until yesterday, the one room had been the dining room, the bedroom, my office, a bar. It had everything in it. So it was such a relief yesterday to have the dining room moved into the dining room. This piece of furniture right that I'm in front of here is a big china cabinet that was in the other room. So I had to empty that all out, and once I had verified that the people that were going to help me move it were coming the next morning. So I had to empty all that out. So today, after the show, my first job is to get all those breakables put back into that china cabinet, because they're kind of on all the surfaces that the dogs can't get at, because, you know, breakables. So anyway, if it's your first time at Captain Housekeeper, welcome. You can go back and watch old shows. They're all in a playlist called Live with Captain Housekeeper, and you can figure out what we're talking about here. Subscribe to the Captain Housekeeper YouTube channel, and be sure to hit that little alert button, because right now until the new year, I'm doing pop-up shows. So you never know when I'm going to pop in and say hello. So if you hit that little alert button, it looks like a bell, you'll be alerted when I go live. And I saw some comments go, oh, good morning, Captain Diana has been here since before the show started. It was good chatting with you before the show. Good morning, Captain Charles. Good to see you too. Captain Diana's talking about how cold it is up where she is. It's real cold up there. It was 7 degrees this morning there. Well, you know, here, Captain Diana, we had our very first freeze warning last night, so I had to go and bring in all my tropical plants, aka all the dormant lizards are coming to life in my man cave right now. But I went out yesterday and I brought in all the tender plants that are potted, because it's, you know, the thing about our freezes is they last for 10 minutes, so it's really tragic to lose plants for a 10-minute freeze, and then it's nice again. I mean, right now it's 45 degrees here, and this morning when I woke up around the city, there was things froze. I'm suspicious that in my microenvironment here, I don't know if it's the pool or where I am in the city, I'm suspicious it didn't actually freeze last night here, because some of the tender plants that I couldn't bring in don't seem to have any freeze damage. So hopefully, but because because it's supposed to freeze even harder tonight, we'll see, but it's supposed to. I'm going to leave all the plants in the man cave. If you follow me on Instagram, I put up a picture. You can see that there's chairs, and then a row of tropical plants, and then the TV. So I can actually watch TV and pick tangerines right now. So that's kind of cool. Welcome to my world. Captain Charles says, wow, just popped up. Didn't know. Hello. No, this is a pop-up show. Charles, I didn't even know until a couple hours ago, maybe even less, that I was going to do a show today. So it worked out well that today's the day. And I'm in the dining room. I'm in a room with a dining room table. It's like a miracle. It's been so long, I've forgotten what it was like. Yeah, Diana says she saw my man cave turned into a greenhouse. Yeah, it's pretty funny because it gives Chandler the cat lots of things to play with because I don't know what's dormant. There's frogs hibernating in those plants. There are lizards and various insects. So there's kind of like this whole ecosystem in my man cave right now. I haven't been in there too much, to be honest, because it's kind of Jurassic Parky in there right now. But Chandler's been having a great time. Maybe she'll put on some weight. She needs to gain a few pounds. Captain Charles is off all next week. Oh, that's really fun, Charles. I'm so happy. Oh, Captain Maggie's here. Good morning, Captain Maggie. Captain Maggie, don't get excited. It's just a pop-up show. Okay, hey, Captain Sandshell's here. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. And thank you for showing up, everyone. I know this was a surprise show, so I'm glad you're here. Captain Diana says, I hope those critters don't join you in bed in the middle of the night. Well, my bed is real close to it. Oh, so that's what I'm going to do. As soon as I get all the breakables back in this china cabinet, which should only take about 6,000 or 7,000 steps on my Fitbit. I measure everything in my world by how many steps I get out of it, because it's just a lot of walking when you're moving stuff. But I'm going to, after I get the china cabinet filled back up, so all those things are safe, I'm going to move the bed, which has been using the bar as the headboard, and the actual frame of the bed's kind of disassembled in the corner of the room, which my pinky toe is very aware of its location because I keep running into it. Enough's enough. So where this china cabinet was is actually going to be where the headboard goes. So I have to get in there and, you know, dust and mop the floor a little bit, move some things around, because my office ended up in there too. My desk with my computer on it is actually in the way of where the bed's going to go. So I have to move that too. It's like, you know those puzzles where you move all the pieces around until it makes an image? That's kind of what my world has been like for the last weeks and weeks. So when I go in there, I have to move all the pieces around so that I can move the desk over there, so I can move the bed frame over there, move the actual bed over there, and then I can move the desk back over here. Got it? It'll all be on Instagram. Just follow me on Instagram. You'll see pictures. Captain Maggie says all headboards should be made out of a bar. Well, while I've enjoyed it, what it really means is because Chandler, the cat, eats on the bar so that the dogs won't eat all their food. That just means she uses my forehead as a springboard in the middle of the night to get to the food. And I wish I were joking, but it's not. I'm not joking. It's like, and she announces her presence because I don't know if it happens when cats turn a certain age, they become very vocal because she's more vocal than ever. So she gets on the bed, goes meow right in my face, bounces off my forehead. I just want a normal life. Captain Charles says maybe we can get together next week. Oh, well, you're off, aren't you? I'm busy Thursday. Next week is Thanksgiving. I'm so excited because if I hadn't, oh, Miss Tamaya, bless her heart. Miss Tamaya actually, you can see she has like a little belly, which everybody, this is the nature of social media, I'm used to it. Everybody on social media seems to remind me that I feed her well, but actually, honestly, her and Koyana are fed the same, and she's been to the doctor, she's had her thyroid checked. She shouldn't have that belly. I mean, it doesn't add up. So, because she gets a ton of exercise with the pool and everything. So, she had to spend the whole day at the vet on Monday, and they drew blood every couple of hours so they could check her hormones because they feel like she might have a hormone imbalance. And that might be causing her to retain weight that she would normally. Her food is cut so far back, I'm afraid to cut it anymore. Actually, the vet is too, because we don't want to starve her. She's doing a lot of exercise. She needs the calories. So, you know, bless her heart. I tell her she's as skinny as a ballerina, and I think she believes me. So that's all. It's all about self-image, right? She feels good about herself. But we'll get those results back today or tomorrow. Actually, is what they said by Thursday. Hopefully, we'll find out if there is something wrong with her hormones. We can get, because she's also bald. If you notice, her armpits are bald. She has trouble with retaining hair. So, bless her heart. She's got a rough life. But it's all good. She's happy and healthy otherwise. Oh, look, Captain Deborah's here and Captain Melissa. Oh, hello. I didn't see you two sneak in. It's good to see you. Captain Deborah says, good morning. Is this the room that used to be the front living room? Yes. So the room that I'm in is at the front of the house. Used to be the living room until the floors went all wacky, you know, with all that floor damage I had. So while everything was out, I painted all the walls, which was very, very smart in retrospect, even though it almost killed me. It was so much work because I had to paint them so fast. But now when we brought the furniture back, we decided to make this front room the dining room now, which we've had dinner and breakfast here, and it's so peaceful and quiet, and you get to look at the neighborhood. I'm really, really pleased with the decision to move it around. So yeah, this is at the front of the house. So what's nice is while we're eating breakfast, there's actually sun streaming in, and when we're having dinner, you can see the people out walking their dogs. So it's really, really nice. So Captain Deborah says, will the former dining room become the living room? No, the old bedroom became the living room, and now the old dining room is becoming the bedroom because I want a bar and a fireplace in my bedroom. Actually, if you ever saw the layout of the house, for those of you following along at home, Captain Deborah's my sister, by the way, and she's come and stayed here before. That's why she knows the layout pretty well. What I always have wanted, and I think I've accomplished it with this room rearrange, is when you come in the front door of the house, there's an entryway, a kitchen, you know, the guest bathroom, and now there's the dining room, the living room, and the guest bedroom. But if you go through the kitchen, there's an add-on to the back of the house. And now, with having my bedroom back there, if you don't go through the kitchen, that's all like a private area of the house. And this is kind of like the public area of the house. So if I have just casual guests that come over, they just came for dinner, they never have to see my bedroom. They never have to see the man cave. That's all my private areas, which is, it's just something I've always wanted. Before, the way it was, if you came and you had dinner here and you were eating in the dining room in the back of the house, you walked past my bedroom, you know, and this was the living room, so you went from the dining room to go to the living room maybe to, you know, relax after dinner. You had to walk to the other end of the house. I told you all that to tell you this. Life's almost back to normal. That's all that matters. So Captain Maggie, who has also been a house guest here before, says, so are you now sitting in the old guest room? No, I'm sitting in the dining room. I'm afraid to move the camera because you know how things go wonky, but there's the hallway. Here's the dining room. I have another china cabinet. Oh, more boxes. And then over there, in there, that's the entryway. And then back over here is the china cabinet and the other wall. What I'm going to do, everyone, Captain Maggie and everyone, is I'm going to do the shows, what I've done. This is what I've done. In the moving around of the rooms, I've given up having an actual studio for my creative work, because what I'd really like to do is for Captain Housekeeper to really be based out of the house. Not because when it was in the studio, that was great. I was doing studio videos. I loved it. But after a year of doing this, and I'm like thinking about what I liked and what I didn't like and what I want to retool, I really want the Captain Housekeeper to be in my home so that when I'm doing stuff or talking about stuff, I'm around the house, not just in the studio. So I gave up the studio and made it back into a guest bedroom and a library too, because I put all the books in there. So I will be doing the shows from throughout the house and outside also. Now that the hard freezes are over and it's actually quite pleasant outdoors, I'll be doing the shows from the pool too. So I'm looking forward to that. It's so much fun to go out to the pool. And I got an extender for the Wi-Fi. so I can sit further out into the pool area and still get a good enough signal to go live. Oh, good morning, Captain Kristen's here. It's good to see you, Captain Kristen. So when I was unpacking all the boxes that were in this room, this is the room that was full of boxes. I did this, and I mentioned it on the show a couple weeks ago before I started unpacking, is I ended up with 10 bags full of clothes that I just took yesterday to donate to my favorite local charity, yesterday or the day before. So 10 bags of clothes, as I unpacked them, they went directly, if I felt they were ready to be donated. So 10 bags of clothes did not make it back into the closet. And I'm very, very happy with that because, especially clothes, I know that clothes can be used for people that are looking for jobs or they just need some nicer clothes. And these charity organizations do such a good job helping people get dressed for the occasion. So if I'm not using it, I much rather somebody else be using it. So I'm very pleased that 10 bags of clothes are now out there to make somebody's life better. And it empties out some of my closets, which makes me so happy. I also got rid of some tchotchkes that just didn't serve me. A couple things were gifts that were not really gifts, but more like, well, I don't want this anymore. Do you want it? And I thought, yeah, I could use that, but it didn't really work out after all. So I have given gifts away. So if you've given me gifts in the past, they may have ended up at a charity or in a... Yeah, I told my sister-in-law once that I was so grateful for all the Christmas gifts over the year because I made so much money off the last garage sale. She looked horrified. I haven't gotten any gifts from her either now that I think about it since then. But anyway, I did want to also mention that over the weekend I cleaned my oven. I have a self-cleaning setting on my oven. Thanksgiving's coming up quick, so if you haven't done it yet, this is the time. Tonight, this weekend, clean your oven. You'll be so much happier with the results of your baking next week for Thanksgiving if you start off with a clean oven. And when you do a self-cleaning oven, it's several steps. You do the self-cleaning, but then you still have to wipe it all out and everything. And the way mine is, I still have to use Easy Off is what I use. It's like no fumes, so it has to sit longer. I have to still use that on the front window of the oven because the oven cleaner process doesn't clean the glass off. So make sure you clean your ovens this weekend. Oh, and I since it's just the two of us for Thanksgiving this year, I decided to go with a non-traditional, and also we're not eating gluten in this house anymore. So that makes Thanksgiving trickier even. I know you can use cornbread, but come on. We decided to go non-traditional, so we're going to have steak, and we're going to have a salad niçoise, which I'm excited about. And I'm going to make a pumpkin cheesecake in the Instant Pot. If you have an Instant Pot, you have to make cheesecake in it. It's the best cheesecake. You know, I don't know if you've ever had like New York style cheesecake where it's really, really tall and really creamy and fluffy and delicious. That's how it comes out in the Instant Pot. Usually when I make cheesecakes, I've tried many different recipes. They come out denser and shorter. This comes out fluffy and tall, and it's just absolutely... So I'm going to make a pumpkin cheesecake for dessert, since we can't have pie crust anymore. But it'll be good. I'm very excited of trying a non-traditional Thanksgiving menu. If there are a bunch of, family around or something coming to dinner, of course I'd be more traditional. But this is the year to do it, right? And when I was unpacking, that other china cabinet has some dinnerware, some alternative dinnerware that we don't use every day. I found one set that is depression glass, and it has kind of like this gold tone on it. And when I was unpacking it, I thought, oh, this will be great for Thanksgiving because it's just beautiful. So when I get my table set, I'll take some pictures and put it on Instagram. I'm excited. I love the holidays. I was going to cancel if I couldn't get the dining room in here. I was not going to have Thanksgiving dinner in the bedroom bar studio. It was so cramped. You couldn't even walk through that room. It was terrible. My poor toes. I ran into everything. I got to where I was just wearing shoes all the time. Oh, Captain Deborah said they decided to have steak for Thanksgiving too. Deborah's my sister. You know, great minds think alike, Deborah. Okay, everyone. Well, I think that's everything on my list what I was going to talk about this week. I'm very excited that I get to go and put the bedroom back together next, because that'll be nice to actually sleep in a normal bed place after all these weeks and weeks and weeks. It was still better than going high class homeless. Honestly, oh, Tamaya's so sweet. She snores like a lady. She's so cute, but she's out cold. I love that dog. Anyway, okay, folks. Well, I will pop up. I'm doing these pop-up shows. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. I appreciate it. 10 people here. I'm so glad you showed up. And so next week I'll pop up again before Thanksgiving probably, because I'll have other things to share. I miss you guys. I like talking to you. It's always so much fun to get caught up. And remember, after the new year, we're going to go back to daily shows. So pop-ups until then. So be sure to hit that little alert button if you've subscribed, so you get an alert when I go live. And I don't know when I can. I'm trying to do it at the same time, you know, at least at the same time, which is 11 a.m. Central in the USA. I just don't know what day it'll be. So anyway, okay, everyone, just remember, just because you're in charge of your house doesn't mean you have to do everything, except at Thanksgiving. We have to do everything at Thanksgiving. Automate and delegate whenever possible. I did not move this furniture by myself yesterday. I invited friends and had people help me, which I encourage you to do also. And say it with me, everyone. No matter what life throws at me, I have the ability to make this a fantastic day. Okay, I love you guys so much. I'll see you next week. I don't know when, but it'll be around 11 a.m. Central. Bye-bye.